my concern about this proposal really is about the nature of the high-quality opportunity for kids across the state of Minnesota. It is something that I think this legislature shares, the idea that we should offer for our kids high-quality learning opportunities. I just think that we should also do that for our 4-year-olds in pre-K, and this proposal, I think, falls short of that important goal. So I want to just talk a little bit about why licensed teachers are important, and it really is rooted in academic research. Low-quality pre-K does not lead to lasting benefits for kids, and we have seen research on programs in different states, and let me just call out Tennessee as the obvious one. When Tennessee decided to implement pre-K in their state, it was underfunded, and they did not require licensed teachers, and they did not get a lasting result for their kids. And for the kids in Minnesota, I think we should expect better. Pre-K education, of course, is working with young learners, and we know now by the research that young people whose brains are in development, they're at their most dynamic phase. This period in brain development is incredibly complex, and educators working with kids at this age need the formal, rigorous training that a teaching license reflects. And to say that we need licensed teachers for 10th graders, but not for 4-year-olds, is absurd. We don't put unlicensed nurses into hospital units caring for kids because they're just 4-year-olds, and we don't put unlicensed doctors in surgery to treat the 4-year-olds just because they're 4-year-olds. We don't put unlicensed eyelash extenders in shops to extend the eyelashes of 4-year-olds just because they're 4-year-olds, and we shouldn't put unlicensed teachers in the classrooms of our 4-year-olds whose brains are dynamic and developing, and we need them to learn all across the state of Minnesota. If we look at Oklahoma, one of the first states to implement voluntary pre-K for all the kids in the state, they use licensed teachers. They're getting great results. And if we look at that in comparison to Tennessee, the demonstration is clear that licensed teachers make all the difference. And I think the absence of licensed teachers in this proposal is the fatal flaw of this proposal. And it's why I can't support it. I think it is fine to call this an infusion of funding into early learning, and $25 million is nothing to sneeze at, right? We all agree that we need to do more for early learning, but it's not pre-K, not from my point of view, and not by any sort of measure. It's not high quality. It won't yield a high quality result, and that's not okay for Minnesota and for our kids. And I just want to call out one more time what we learned in the experience in Ogama, Minnesota, where the teachers and the principal and the superintendent and the tribal leader and community leaders and business leaders came together and said, we've got a problem. We have a problem because our kids are coming to school and they're not ready. What can we do? And together they decided to fund pre-K in their school with licensed teachers, and they're getting a great result. That is what I think we should do for the people of Minnesota, for our kids, and for our future. I want to say that this morning we came in and took up a bill to cut the taxes in Minnesota. Tonight we're shortchanging our kids' future because we're not investing enough in early learning. I think we can do so much more. We can do so much more for our future. I'm disappointed in this provision. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Late from Hennepin, Chair Lewin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and with the late hour, I'll be extremely brief, but I just had to offer a couple of comments to Representative Murphy's remarks. You know, I think this legislature and this education committee has been, I think, more dedicated to providing early childhood learning experiences for Minnesota children than any other. We doubled what we were doing in scholarships and school readiness in the budget bill that we passed, and we're adding another $25 million in this bill, first of all. Second of all, the question of quality. All of the programs that we provide money to have to be rated for quality under the state's quality rating information system, known as Parent Aware. And they have recently done a survey analyzing the quality and the impact on the student learning for those 3- and 4-star rated programs versus others. And those programs do not have a requirement of being a licensed union member teacher in them, and they are getting terrific results. So let's make sure that when we're talking about quality, that we're all agreeing quality is important, but quality has to do with the structure of your program, those adult and young child interactions, learning through play, and fidelity to the quality elements of those programs. It has nothing to do with the licensure.